What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Kangaroo Black, coming back once again to talk about my Alabama Crimson Tide and the spring transfer portal, which is still open until April 30th, which is next week. So teams still have time to bring in some key pieces that they need. But I'm only concerned about my Alabama Crimson Tide, because I don't give a piss about nothing but the Tide, baby. So let's go ahead and get into the video and talk about our outgoing transfers, and then we'll get into the couple of incoming transfers that we happen to get in the spring transfer portal. Outgoing, we had a kicker, Reed Harradine, which I never heard of him. Don't know who he is. If I see his face on a picture, I won't even know who it is unless his name is under the picture. So that shows how much I'll say he contributed to the team, other than practice making other players better. So hey, hats off to him wherever he wind up at, and hopefully wherever he end up at, he can get some playing time and showcase his leg and what he can do on the football field for his new team. So good luck, Reed Harradine, however you pronounce it. Good luck. Then we had a reserve wide receiver, Sam Willoughby. I guess that's how you pronounce his last name. Don't know who he is either. Never heard of him. Never seen him. And if I did, I didn't know him. But guess what? Once again, hopefully, wherever he go, the new team that he is a part of, hopefully he can get some playing time and showcase what he can do. So good luck to Sam Willoughby. All right? Those two guys are no longer part of my Alabama Crimson Tide. So guess what? I don't give a piss about them. If you ain't wearing crimson, you know the rest. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into this. Another guy who transferred away from my Alabama Crimson Tide, defensive lineman Khurtiss. This guy was a highly rated defensive lineman coming out of high school, went to Pike Road, Alabama. Well, in Pike Road, Alabama, right there outside of Montgomery, Alabama. This guy was a stud on the football field. I believe his senior year coming out of high school, he had 20 sacks. 20 in about 17. Well, anyway, I know he had 20 sacks. I don't know the rest of his stats, but the dude was a beast in high school. Nick Saban went to his house himself and recruited this guy. That's probably why he chose Alabama. But he came to Alabama, didn't get much playing time, and I understand why he's transferring. Okay, he was there 2 years, didn't see the field much, so I understand that. If you ain't getting playing time, you can't spend all your daggone years at a program that ain't giving you playing time. Now, if maybe if he'd have waited another year, maybe he'd have got playing time and got to showcase his talents. I don't know. But if you look at Jonathan Allen and Daron Payne and Quentin Williams, those guys, they waited. Some of those guys didn't become a starter to their senior season, and now look what they doing in the NFL. So you got to be patient at Alabama, because at Alabama and a lot of these other programs, everybody is good, if not better than you, even though you coming in as a 4 and 5 star. So schools like Alabama or programs like Alabama, you got to be patient. But also I understand why Khurtiss decided to transfer. And once again, good luck. Matter of fact, Khurtiss was a guy I've been waiting to see. You can ask my buddies, Roll Tide and Rise Up, Nick Saban Jr. I've been waiting to see Khurtiss. I done mentioned his name to Roll Tide and Rise Up and Nick Saban Jr. a few times. But hey, I won't get to see that, at least not with him dressed in crimson and white. But that's all right, because you know what? Once again, if you ain't wearing crimson, you know the rest. It is what it is. And something that came out today, which is a big surprise to me, center James Brockermeyer decided he wanted to go in the transfer portal for some damn reason. He done waited his turn time, or where he done waited his turn, and finally his time has arrived, and he decided to go in the transfer portal after spring. And guess what? He took most of the snaps with the first team in the spring. Parker Brailsford, the transfer that came from Washington, he basically haven't been there the whole daggone spring. So Brockermeyer was taking snaps with the first team, and he was with the first team in the spring game. And he decided to transfer for some odd reason. Kalen DeBoer talked about him, how good he was doing throughout the spring. The other offensive linemen have talked how good he's been doing throughout the spring. He talked about him and Jalen Milroe, how they came in as freshmen, took snaps together or practiced together as backups, center and quarterback exchanges. And he also talked about how they picked up where they left off this spring. They are familiar with each other. And now another center got to get familiar with Jalen Milroe, and Jalen Milroe got to get familiar with another center, whoever that may be. Hopefully, it's Parker Brailsford, and hopefully he can get back where he need to be in order to be our starting center this spring. But it beats me why James Brockermeyer decided to go in the transfer portal. It's something that went on behind closed doors that we don't know about. I'm telling you right now, it's something that went on. So, hey, it is what it is. But James Brockermeyer, good luck to you too, wherever you end up at. You didn't get a chance to show your talents in regular season games at Alabama. Maybe you can do it wherever you go. Y'all remember his brother Tommy Brockermeyer transferred. I believe it was last year. I'm not really sure, but he transferred also. They came in together. But it's all good, baby, because you know why? If you ain't wearing crimson, you already know. All right, but it is what it is. Those are the 4 guys that decided to leave my Alabama Crimson Tide during this spring transfer portal period. So good luck to them. And hey, it is what it is. But if you run up against my Alabama Crimson Tide, more than likely you're gonna come out on the losing end and wish you had stayed with my Alabama Crimson Tide. And the 2 incoming transfers that we got, which one of them is not a transfer because he played every game for my Alabama Crimson Tide last season. Had it kind of rough at the beginning of the season till I say the middle of the season, but then got better. And you know who that is, left tackle Caden Proctor, who was a freshman All-American for my Alabama Crimson Tide on last year. And at the end of the season, when Nick Saban retired, he decided that he wanted to transfer back home to Iowa and be a part of the Iowa Hawkeyes. But lo and behold, spring break, hanging out with some of his old buddies, some players from my Alabama Crimson Tide football team. And he loved that time so much with those players. They had the camaraderie, the friendship, that he decided that he wanted to transfer back to Alabama. There's no other place better than Alabama. There's no other, that's no better football team to play for than my Alabama Crimson Tide. And Caden Proctor knew this. Caden Proctor knew Alabama is the place for him. He knew Alabama would develop him. He knew Alabama was the best place to get him to the NFL. So he decided to come back. And hats off to Caden Proctor for making a big boy decision. A decision that most didn't like. And I'm here to tell you, I was the one that said this is what's wrong with the transfer portal, and I still stand by that. But I'm still glad to have Caden Proctor back in the crimson and white, just so you know. You know what I'm saying? So hey, if it benefit my Alabama Crimson Tide, then I'm all for it. Because I don't give a piss about nothing but the Tide. Any advantage that we can get. Now I know Caden Proctor had issues last season, But guess what? Even though he ain't played a snap this spring, Kalen, the boy, we gonna get that fixed. Our head coach, our offensive coordinator, and our offensive line coach, we gonna get it fixed. Okay? So it is what it is, baby. But anyway, next up, last one, we got kicker Graham Nelson. Yes, Graham Nelson. All right, he won the Lou Garza Award last year. Guess who he beat out? Will Racker. You know, Will Racker is the NCAA's all-time points scorer or points leader, however you want to put it. You know, formerly of my Alabama Crimson Tide, just putting that out there, Will Riker. But Lou Garza beat him. I'm not Lou Garza, but Graham Nelson beat him out for the Lou Garza Award. So we got a kicker. We got a kicker and a damn good one. Okay, in 2023, Nelson made 27 or 28 field goal attempts, which was good for the third best field goal percentage among all kickers who made more than one attempt. He made 10 of 11 field goals of 40 yards or more. His longest was 52. All right. He had 73 kickoffs this past season, 52, which resulted in touchbacks. All right. So we good with the kicker. We good with the kicker. So I'm glad that we went out and found us a proven kicker. So that was good. That was good. Matter of fact, I know y'all might say something. Oh, y'all getting these players from these FBS schools, Group of 5 schools. Y'all getting coaches from FBS Group of 5. But anyway, who gives a damn what y'all say? Because guess what? Just being a part of my Alabama Crimson Tide football team makes them that much better than your players, whoever you root for. I'll just put it that way. But anyway, Graham Nelson came from Miami of Ohio. Okay, so, but I don't give a damn about that. Long as he can put the football through the upright, that's all I care about. If he can do his job at this level, that's all I care about. And I'm quite sure he can do it. Now, he only got 1 year eligibility left, which I hate, but that's fine. We can use it, and we can work with our younger kickers, you know, to bring them up to par. All right? So, hey, it is what it is. My Alabama Crimson Tide is going to be all right. Losing these 4 guys, which 2 of them we never heard of, and Khurtiss Perry, who didn't get that much playing time, even though I was waiting on him, and James Brockermeyer, which was a damn Scooby-Doo mystery to me, you know, why he in the transfer portal. But guess what? Those 4 guys ain't going to hinder my Alabama Crimson Tide from accomplishing their goals in 2024. And the 2 guys that we picked up, kicker Graham Nicholson, Graham Nicholson, and left tackle Caden Proctor, who is really not a pickup because he was with us last season, played every game. So those 2 guys, they gonna only enhance our chances of meeting all our goals for 2024. All right? And once again, if you ain't wearing crimson, you already know the rest, okay? So, but I got to get out of here. And only 3 things to say. Number 1, y'all be blessed. Number 2, I don't give a piss about nothing but the Tide. And number 3, roll damn Tide.